We've been talking an awful lot about President Trump's new tariffs on foreign imports, including products from China, but they are not talking about them as much over in Beijing at the once-a-year meeting of China's rubber stamp parliament, although China's leaders have already announced they are hitting back. Anna Coren is in Beijing for us following all this. Anna, good morning.
Hello, Tony. That's right. China is responding with defiance, which is something that President Trump really is not used to. It is refusing to back down in this escalating trade war, and that act of strength, we really saw that today at the opening of the National People's Congress here in Beijing.
On a crisp spring Beijing morning, thousands of delegates from around the country descended on Tiananmen Square. Dressed in their finery, some in traditional costumes, they'd come for the most important event in China's political calendar, the National People's Congress. But for these legislative members, one topic was clearly off limits.
Excuse me, sir, are you worried about the US-China trade war?
Thank you.
Do you think that President Xi and President Trump can make amends? Do you have a message for President Trump? Do you have a message for the American people?
However, once inside the Great Hall of the People, the cameras turned to the main event.
The National People's Congress is very much focused on the economy, but this year it has been overshadowed by geopolitical events, with the US-China trade war taking centre stage.
President Xi, whose government only yesterday announced retaliatory tariffs against the US, was an observer. It was his deputy, Premier Li Qiang, who delivered the address. He announced an ambitious GDP growth target of 5%, committed more fiscal resources to stimulate the economy, where youth unemployment, lack of consumer spending and the fallout from the property crisis remain central issues. The Premier also acknowledged the geopolitical tensions confronting China, a reference to the escalating trade war with the US, which on the surface shows no signs of abating. But some here are more hopeful.
As the sort of rivalry goes on, there will come to a point that we can have a good settlement.
Now, while there's obviously hope, Gayle, that there will be some sort of trade deal, China will not be bullied. And that is the message that we are getting. And even the markets would indicate that. If you look at it year to date, China's market is up almost 15%. The US market in comparison down almost 2%. So really there is a sense, at least we're getting those signs, that China is going to cope because they've had more time to prepare for the next phase of this trade war. Gayle.
Right, Anna Coren, a lot of information there reporting from Beijing. We thank you.